Right, Stevie, thanks for joining us, nice to see you, and you have some good news, 2 new signings today, you must be delighted.
Yeah, it's always exciting to announce new players coming to the club, but we're in a fortunate position to be bringing in Paul Watson and Stephen Whittaker today, so there's been a wee bit of work been going in the background, but we've got the two over the line and I'm sure they'll be 2 welcome additions.
First of all, Paul, just coming off the back of winning the league with Dundee United, so experience at this championship level, played with Falkirk, Raith Rovers before that as well, so plenty of experience of in and around the upper part of this league. What made you want to go out and get Paul?
I think just basically what you've touched on there, that he's a player that's played a number of years in the championship, 29, 30, he's going to be in December, so he's experienced pro in that department, and the thing is, having done my homework on Paul, he demands standards on the training ground. He'll be a good fit to the younger ones that we've got at the club as well, and I think give us the balance that we need. I do see him as coming in as competing for that place as a right centre back. A number of times at United he did play as a right back when needed, so Aaron's done great last season, so it does give us a bit of cover there as well, but as I say, to attract a player that's won promotion with Dundee United last year, it's a great one for the club.
And Stephen Whittaker, everyone knows who Stephen is, he's been kicking around for a long time, more than 30 caps for Scotland, Hibs, Rangers, played in the Premier League down south. He's just turned 36, so it's a player coach role, is that correct?
Yeah, it was Stephen's agent whom Elliot had got in touch with us and to make us aware that there might be a possibility to bring in Stephen, and it was one that at first I pinched myself, not to say that Dunfermline shouldn't be in the market for a player of that quality, but when we started doing the digging, conversations with Elliot and then Stephen himself, that he's very interested in the coaching side of the game, and there is an opportunity here. The other thing that he had to weigh that against, and he had other offers, were he still wants to play, so he's at that stage of his career, and I think over the last couple of weeks we'd been working on certain things and he had to get the right feel, and it's great that he's decided that he thinks he's going to get that here at Dunfermline, and he'll be a valued member of the coaching staff now as well. Equally, we need him to perform on the pitch and help the club move in the direction that we're hoping.
We obviously lost a bit of experience from the players that departed at the end of the season, so with those 2 players there's bags of experience coming in.
Yeah, and as I say, I've done the homework on both of them. They're 2 guys that not only what you'll see the benefits that we'll get on the pitch, they're also good types on the training ground. The younger ones I'll learn off them the way to live off the pitch and how hard these guys actually work on a daily basis. The exciting one for me is that on the coaching side with Stephen is I also want to help progress. I've been fortunate myself that I've worked with good people that have helped me, and Stephen comes in 10 years younger than myself and Jason, and I think Greg's 44, so it's a different generation that he's used to working with in terms of players, so he's going to bring in, he'll be a valued member of the coaching staff as well.
How have you found the market at this time? Has it been has there been a lot of players being thrown at you? Have you found it difficult? What's it been like? Because it's obviously, we keep hearing that unprecedented times, but what's it been like trying to bring in players?
Yeah, again, we've probably been in a fortunate position that we did target Paul, and then when we started getting into the nitty-gritty of the Stephen Whittaker one, that we felt there was a right good chance that these deals could come off. Maybe under certain, other times it might have been that players would have held off for other options that might have been there, but they 2 wanted to commit themselves to the club, and as I say, there'll be other ones that we're working on behind the scenes now to try and bring to Dunfermline to fight for promotion next year.
Yeah, there'll be, I'd imagine, another 2 or 3 new faces. You said you're working on them. How close are they?
No, again, I've always said, Stephen, it's dangerous to come out with any given dates. What I will say is you work on things and then all of a sudden we've got 2 over the line on the same day, so we are conscious that we need to add more strength and depth to the squad. How quickly that happens, we've also got to make sure that we're giving people the opportunity to take time and work out whether they think it coming to Dunfermline is the right move for them.
Since the last time we spoke, we know that the season is going to start on the 17th of October, I should say, so that gives us a date to work towards. I guess now for yourself and the rest of the management team and the staff, it's about putting together a programme to get ourselves ready for that date.
Yeah, it is, and again, I think there's still a little bit of uncertainty of the League Cup, when that's possibly going to start, so it's great that we've got a start date for the league campaign. Again, we'll have different challenges of, you know, when we're going to have pre-season games, who we're going to play against. Is it going to be bounce games amongst ourselves because the Premiership's going to be up and running? That's something, challenges that we'll have to speak about as a staff, but at least we've now got these dates to work towards.
And hopefully by October there'll be, you know, it's looking good, touch wood, but there might be fans back in the stadium, which is always a big plus. Yeah,
and I think that's, you know, for Dunfermline, we're a community club that people are missing, you know, coming to Dunfermline games or talking about, you know, competing in the Championship. And I think there is, you know, even from the last time we spoke to you a couple of weeks ago, I think we can see that the country's moving forward again, and, you know, we've just got to make sure that everybody's still being respectful of the conditions or whatever phase we're at with the government, where they're at. But fingers crossed that we'll see supporters being allowed into stadiums in October.
It's the truncated season as well, only 27 games, so shorter than normal, which means that, you know, a good start is important. Not to put any pressure on you.
No, but it is, and listen, if that's the pressure that's going to come, when I've been speaking to players, I want players that want to come here, and we spoke about it last time, you want to finish high in 6th place, we want to be up in amongst the playoff positions. Yes, it'll be difficult with Hearts being in the league, but, you know, 27 games, if you get off to a flyer, then, you know, you're giving yourself every possible chance to have a successful season. We're looking around at our competitors. Obviously Hearts will start the league as massive favourites given their position and the players that they're already bringing in. You know, looking around the other teams in the league, you've obviously got Inverness, who were strong last season, Dundee, over there or thereabouts as well. It's going to be another really competitive league, isn't it? It will be, and that's the positives. I keep saying everybody's facing the same problem. So Inverness, Dundee, Ayr United, they're all going to be facing what we're facing as well. So it's not getting downbeat about it. It's taking it on the chin and facing whatever's going to get thrown at us. And, you know, the Championship, like every other season, is going to be, it'll be a hard league, but one that we were hoping to do well in. And finally, the next couple of months, I guess, before the players come back in, it'll just be about getting that prep sorted and making sure things are all set to go when we can actually come in and train. Yeah, again, like, you know, Jamie Sutton's just come into the club, and I know that the concern there for us is we have to make sure that players aren't doing too much running on the roads, and they're going to be getting, you know, a couple of weeks off, because whether they get away on holiday this year is going to be another thing mentally that, you know, they'll have found that difficult. So we'll make sure that the players get some time off and, you know, have an off-season programme that gets them ready for the start of pre-season.